When I was 16 years old, I got to live every little girl's dream. I got to be a Disney princess. My community theater honored me with the role of Cinderella, and may I just say, being a princess is everything it is cracked up to be. From the ball gown to the fairy godmother to the little children who adore you, it is absolutely wonderful. And even Prince Charming was wonderful. From day one, he was exactly that, charming. He swept me off my feet with his musical talent and his kind words, and in no time at all, we were dating in real life. Everyone thought we were the perfect couple, and we agreed. Charming, as I'll refer to him from here on out, was everything a young teenage girl would want. But then one day, everything changed when he was over at my house, and he said that he had something to tell me. He was being uncharacteristically quiet. So, we went outside in my backyard, we sat down, he took my hands, and with more shame and darkness in his eyes than I've ever seen in another human being before or since, he told me, "Mallory, my best friend raped me when I was 15, and you're the first person I have ever told." I held a broken human being in my arms that day as he left. Though he and I have not been together for a long time, that moment has never left me. Rape is truly one of the most horrific crimes imaginable, and I got to witness some of its effects firsthand. In males and females, it can cause severe post-traumatic stress disorder, panic attacks, depression, low self-esteem, in addition to all of the physical trauma that can result. And even though this is a huge problem, still across the United States, there are hundreds of thousands of rape kits that have gone untested by law enforcement. And what this means is that there are hundreds of thousands of criminals who are still walking free today. In the next few minutes, I'll be defining exactly what a rape kit is, the extent of this rape kit backlog and what that means, and the reasons it hasn't been eliminated so far. And by the end of my talk, it should be more abundantly clear why we need state policies to mandate the timely and efficient testing of every single rape kit and what you can do about it. So first of all, what is a rape kit? Well, when someone is sexually assaulted and they choose to report it, he or she undergoes a thorough and invasive full body examination. Doctors will extract DNA samples from literally anywhere the rapist may have left skin, hair, semen, anything. And then those are packed into a cardboard box, the rape kit, and then that cardboard box is sent off to be sequenced and run through FBI and state databases. Once there, the analysis can accomplish a great amount of things. You can ID the assailant, connect the assailant to other crime scenes, confirm the survivor's account, or even exonerate the unjustly accused. However, what happens more often than not is that these rape kits are shoved under a storage shelf and forgotten. This has created what is known as the rape kit backlog. In 2009, the Human Rights Watch discovered 12,500 untested rape kits in Los Angeles County. In the same year, 11,300 were found in Detroit, Michigan. The Economist in this July's issue reported that tens of thousands have been found in cities like Memphis, Las Vegas, Milwaukee, and Cleveland. And the New York Times estimates from this August, 2014, that there are hundreds of thousands more across the country, some dating back to the 1980s. However, it's impossible to know the full extent of the backlog because there is no law on any level of government mandating that all rape kits be tracked, tested, or even counted. This is inexcusable. Every rape kit represents a person who is harmed in unspeakable ways, who has relationships, friends, family that may have been damaged by their experiences. And what's more is that a lot of these rape kits have been sitting for so long that they've exceeded their state statutes of limitations. And what this means is that so much time has elapsed since the crime that the evidence is no longer valid in a court of law. One woman who was raped when she was 16 years old had to wait 9 years for her rape kit to be tested, and that was only after she sued. It was discovered that the person who raped her went on to rape 6 more women in the intervening 9 years that had been wasted. And he is only this year starting to serve his 187-year sentence. So why has there been no end to this backlog? It's a pretty big problem. First of all, what law enforcement usually cites as the problem is the cost. It can cost anywhere from $500 to $1,500 to test a single rape kit. However, what endthebacklog.org's opinion is, and I believe that this is really quite true, is that it's more about the disrespectful culture that surrounds rape and its victims. Many law enforcement agencies do not give rape a high priority on their list of things to take care of. Oftentimes, officers will mistake the withdrawn nature of a person who's been raped, their unwillingness to come forward immediately with every single detail, as a sign that it didn't happen, or that they're somehow untrustworthy. Sometimes victims are even blamed for what happened to them because of what they were wearing, or the reasons that they were out so late at night. One 2006 police report from Detroit read exactly this. The heifer is tripping. She was clean and smelling good, ain't no way that shit happened like she said. She knew her mama was going to be looking for her because she was supposed to be home at 7, that jig was up. No wonder rape victims are so unwilling to come forward, and no wonder that nothing has been done seriously about this rape kit backlog. So far we've looked at the extent, what a rape kit is, the extent of the backlog, why nothing has been done about it so far. But what can you do to fix it? So far, the efforts of the federal government have been pretty minimal. $41 million was approved by the House of Representatives this past year to be dispersed to law enforcement agencies across the country to deal with their backlogs. However, good old government, the Senate could not come to agreement about unrelated amendments to the issue and tabled the motion until 2015. So nothing much is going on in that sphere. But we still have our state and local levels to deal with. And in fact, on a local level, things are a little bit more encouraging. In 2011, just regular everyday Los Angeles citizens, without the help of the government, went and coordinated with some of their law enforcement. They pooled their money and their personnel to go through every single rape kit. And Los Angeles is the only city in the United States to have completely cleared its backlog. However, that's one city. And California is a big state with a whole mess of big cities. So we need a little bit more action to be taken. And the first way you can help is by writing to the state legislature, making sure they know it's a priority that we make a law that mandates the timely and efficient testing of all rape kits, regardless of what the officer's opinion of the subject is at the time. Another thing you can do, and even if it's just literally $1, you can donate to Joyful Hearts and the backlog.org. These people, without them, we wouldn't know the backlog existed. They are the motivators behind finding out the extent of the backlog. They are the people who counsel cities and states on how to get rid of theirs. They are tremendously helpful, and they will literally take anything you want to give them, even if it's just 50 cents. They will take it, and you can go right here, and there's literally just like, here, how much do you want to donate? It's really easy. But the most important thing, I think, for you to do in your everyday life, even if giving money isn't really your thing, is to just help dispel the social stigma that surrounds rape and rape victims in your life. Don't treat rape casually or toss the word around like it's just slang for doing something like really like vigorously. Like, I raped the replay button on my video, bro. Like, no. This is something that has to stop. Rape culture, you can contribute to ending rape culture, and that's a huge deal. So to recap, we've seen what exactly rape kits are, the extent of the backlog, and why nothing has been done about it. But you've also seen things we can do about it. It should be abundantly clear at this point why we need policies mandating the timely and efficient testing of every single rape kit. There shouldn't be any loopholes. There shouldn't be, all rape kits will be tested unless. This has to stop. Rapists should be afraid to do what they are doing. And no woman or man should be afraid to go outside at night. Justice should not be restricted to fairy tales, because no princess or Prince Charming should have to live forever in shame, fear, and doubt. Thank you.